What's up, guys? It's been a very, very long anticipated deck profile. Today's deck profile is Machinedramon in BT7. The story behind this deck is some guy gave us Twitch subs to build a version of this. And I let this go on for way too long, but the problem was I could not get this deck to work at all to a level I'm comfortable with. A lot of my long-term viewers will know that I don't upload a deck profile to this channel unless it wins a tournament or unless it has a very good win rate in playtesting. And this deck was doing neither until recently. I finally got it to work. Its only really awkward matchup is blue, unfortunately, because blue is really big. But everything else, it's fine. Yellow hybrid, no problem. Green, no problem. Green, red, no problem. Cherubi, no problem. Whatever. Lilith Loop is kind of good. That's good. It has good win rates on all those decks except blue, and that's good enough for this. I like this deck a lot. I like Machinedramon a lot. It's a really fun concept, and I hope we get more support to play with it in the future. So we're going to go over the deck profile. It's a really wonky one. I'll tell you that right off the bat. It doesn't play any proper ratios or whatever. The deck almost feels like a Megazoo deck to a certain extent. It's kind of strange. But we're going to go over it. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. And don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the notification button, smash potatoes. That way you know when all these Digimon videos go live. Also, don't forget to follow me on Twitter. I'm really trying to push that Twitter. Link is in the description. Go follow me. It's a nice place to be. So we're starting off with the babies. What base are we playing with in this deck? We are playing blue base, 4 Upamons. So sometimes you'll draw some cards for free. That's really it. Now, our blue rookies are a little bit different. We're just doing 4 Madoki beta, and that's it. So, originally, and a lot of people do this, when they play this deck, they play Demi Vmon and Vmon to draw a card when you swing with jamming. The problem I have with that egg is it flips over way too many tamers. Sure, you're drawing a card, that's fine, but they get a tamer, and that's really bad in this format. You don't want them to have tamers. So, what ends up happening is, you swing with your Vmon and you get instantly punished. However, you don't swing with Madoki. It's a floodgate. It's a control card. You just keep it on the board, you promote, you keep it on the board. They have to deal with it if they want to do something with it. Now, blue has a good way of dealing with this, obviously, which is why blue is the worst matchup. However, it does interfere with blue's plans sometimes. They can't Hammer Spark, Howling Boost, or whatever else. And Madoki is just good against many of the decks in the format. It's really good in the mirror match too, lol. Just part of the reason why it's in here. Because I had a Machinedramon mirror, and I was playing the Vmon egg, and someone else was playing Madoki beta, and I'm like, crap, guess I'm dead. So we're doing 4 Madoki beta. I was trying Sayako as well, but Sayako just wasn't getting the job done. This is good. Your opponent can't play their memory gaining cards if this is on the field. They can still evolve the level 5 hybrids if Cutemon's on the field. They can still evolve into Zwart or not use win rate if Sayako's on the yeah, but this, really good card. So that's our blue base. Why this is important, we'll get to it in a little bit. But those are our blue eggs, those are our blue rookies. And the other rookie we're playing in this deck are 4 Destiny draw. Mechanoremon, on play, discard a Cyborg Machine, draw 2 cards. It's the only rookie we need, really. You're not usually climbing up in this deck. Sometimes you are, and we'll talk about the cards to help you do that. But that's it. That's it for the rookies. It really is kind of a Megazoo deck. That's what it's kind of supposed to be. So there you go. Those are our rookies. We'll move on to champions next, and we're playing 4 Numamon. Again, sometimes you have to climb in this deck, and having a 3-cost champion that you can just evolve into an ultimate is very strong. If you have a memory tamer on the field, you just play Numamon and you evolve, which is very strong. So we're playing 4 Numamon because of that. We're playing 4 Gromamon. It's like our backup evolving level 4. If we have a Hagurumon on the field, we can evolve into Gromamon, evolve into level 5 if we need to, and that's fine. But it's also there for the black Lobo win button. Sometimes you just get them to 0, and then you evolve over a tamer, you swing for game. That's what it's there for. And then our last champion is a little bit of a weird choice, I think, but we play through Mechanoremon. This deck has a very hard issue dealing with rookie rush strategies, which is why Mechanoremon is in here. If you get rookie rushed in this format, or you get like hybrid rushed, it's kind of feels bad. Sure, blue can bounce this with Beowulf, which is a problem. And yellow doesn't really care about this, but it's kind of okay against everything else. It's okay against green. It's decent against purple. And yeah, they just can't do anything to it sometimes. So it's there to be as a control card, as a stall card, while you're trying to get your Machinedramon combo off. So that's why we play 3 of it. It's fine. There's There's nothing really better to play, in my opinion. I've tried a lot of cards, and this is just where it's at. You know, having Mechanoremon the opponent can't deal with sometimes just makes the difference. That's it for our champions. Moving on to ultimates. Our ultimates are all over the place. We're playing 2 Andromon. We're playing 2 Metal Memamon. We're playing 2 Metal Tyrannomon. These are our tools in the deck. They all share the same when Digivolving ability. When you Digivolve, you reveal the top 3 cards. At level 6, card with Machine and its traits to your hand, and you mill the rest. So it adds Machinedramon, which is very, very, very important. And it also adds another level 6, we'll talk about in a second. But they all have different inheritables. This inheritable is blocker opponent's turn. This one is when attacking, pop something 5 or less. This one is opponent's turn, has reboot. That's really all. You want a variety amongst your ultimates in this deck because of Machinedramon and inherently what it does. They play a bunch of one-ofs. We play 1 Metal Greymon. This is the original Metal Greymon, the black one that has reboot and security +1 while you have reboot. Keep in mind that during your turn, you won't have the security +1 because it's during the opponent's turn where you have reboot. It's a really weird card, to be honest. It's a really weird interaction, so you have to be careful with that. However, you know, being able to swing with reboot sometimes isn't that bad, and I have the 1 there for that reason. There's not a lot of good level 5s, but I wanted something like this. I wanted an additional name. So we're playing the Black Metal Greymon. We're playing Black Volcanomon. During your turn, if you want to unsuspended Digimon, gets +1 security. That's pretty strong. Usually they always do. 1 Gigadramon. It's the one guy that during opponent's turn gets +2000 DP. I wanted this one over the other one because I wanted to have +2000 during my opponent's turn. I wanted it to be harder on my opponent's turn to deal with than on my own turn, because on my turn I don't really care. But on their turn it needs to be a little bit stronger. So that's why we're playing 1 of it. And the last one we're playing is 1 Megadramon. On play, you can play this one, delete 2 things 2000 or less, which I guess is cool, it does come up sometimes. Pops memory blockers, which is very important, like Midoki. Midoki really, really kills this deck. Siako does nothing, but Midoki fucks this deck. So Megadron's really good at that. And then during your turn, it has Machinist traits, security +1. It's basically another security +1 buff. You'll never use this one for security +1. You won't. Back when we were playing Toy Agumons, it would come up, but it doesn't really come up anymore. This is just here as a reboot swinger if it matters, but that's it. It's really just a name. We play 7 names. We play 10 ultimates. Now this feeds right into our main guy, Machinedramon, which we are playing 4 of. So for those of you that are unaware, this thing costs 12 to play. When you play it, you take 5 of your ultimates with different names, you put them underneath your Machinedramon, you need 1 memory back for each. This is why Midoki kills this deck, by the way. But then, all turns, its DP can't be reduced. It can't be Wyvern's Breath, which is really good. And then, if it would be deleted, you trash 2 sources instead. All turns. So this guy just lands itself on the board and it survives for a long time, which is really cool. And it costs basically 7 to play. If you can get a Memory Tamer on the field and play this while they have a Memory Tamer, it doesn't feel bad. It's a turn, the big body they can't deal with, you gotta move on. They have to do something like Millenniumon is strong, or, you know, something like that. So, former Machinedramon is the boss of the deck, but the secret alternate boss is Chaosdramon, which we're playing 4 of. So this card is really cool. Evolve Machinedramon. If this card evolves on top of Machinedramon, you evolve it for 1. It's kind of nice. When Digivolving, you may place a red or black level 5 with Cyborg and its traits from hand to trash on top of this card's sources to delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 6,000 DP or less for each level 5 with Cyborg in its traits. Cyborg, 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 Cyborg. You get where this is going, right? So, main combo here is you play your Machinedramon, you get 5, you evolve into Chaosdramon next turn, you can pop 6 things. Which is really fucking stupid. But that it's a gimmick. It's there. And this gimmick serves 1 more purpose. We're going to go talk about our options now. The reason we're playing the blue base is we're playing 4 Kaiser Nail. Choose a Digimon Digivolution card, place under one of your Digimon, and play it without its memory cost. So later on, what ends up happening is you have Chaosdramon, you have Machinedramon, maybe you have some sources in the trash, whatever, it's fine. So what you do is you play Kaiser Nail, play the Machinedramon, and then you replay sources to gain 2 memory back for each. Or 1 memory back for each, sorry. Which is kind of insane if you do that on a fresh turn. If you have a memory tamer on field, and you play the Kaiser Nail for 4, the opponent goes to 1. But if you play Machinedramon, and if you get at least 1 source underneath it, it's still your turn. And you can still kind of do things if you want to. Like evolve to another Chaosdramon. So that's the big gimmick on the deck. Why it feels like a Megazoo deck. 4 Kaiser Nail is very strong, which is why we're playing the blue eggs. That's all. That's it. Originally, I was playing the Eismon package in this deck. However, I felt that the Kaiser Nail interaction was more valuable than the Eismon plays. So, I'll leave that with you. We're also playing 4 more options, as in the form of 4 ultimate connections. It costs 1. On play or insecurity, you trash a level 5 with Cyborg in your hand to draw a card and gain 2 memory. If you hit this with security, it's actually a Hammer Spark, which is why I'm playing 4 of it, ultimately, but it does really help you dig, besides this and the Hagurumon. Yeah, this deck has a Hammer Spark. It's insane. So, 4 of that. To round out our end of Tamer, we have 5 cards left in the deck. They're Tamers. We're playing 2 Izzy Joe, because sometimes you get an extra 2 memory if your opponent has 2 more that you want to play. They usually will. We play 2 Izzy, you know, Memory Tamer, on play real 3. They're all black in memory, but that doesn't happen in this deck a lot often. And our last Tamer, this last Tamer comes up. It's hilarious. It's really cool. Red Tie. Now, some of you might be like, this is bad. That's okay, you can think that. The extra security on your Chaosdramon has won me games. Has won me games. The scenario is usually you have tie, right? You remember Tamer, you have a Machinedramon with a stack. So on your turn, you evolve into Chaosdramon for 1. You swing for enough security to put them in lethal range, and then you have another black Tamer on the field, most likely. Because you evolved for 1, you're still at 2 memory. You evolve into Grumble, and you swing for game. This card's amazing. Just the 1 of, because you don't need more than it. But I wasn't playing this card, and then I started playing this card, and then I started winning a lot more games. That's really fucking cool. That's it for the deck profile. That's Machinedramon. This is the best variant I've come up with in the BT7 format. I've been testing this deck, like, since the beginning of the format. And, you know, it took this long to get a variant that I'm comfortable with, but give this deck a try. It feels a lot like the Rhinolord deck that I uploaded in this profile, and it gives me similar vibes. It's really fun. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, and I'll see you later. Bye!